Oh, fuck me. Look, what an amateur, John. What an amateur. I've done it again.
What have you done?
I left the overlay up. Fuck, I didn't mean to click that video either. The world's longest fucking video. Sorry about that,
You had a go at me the other day. Do not make this mistake. Do not ever make this mistake. How you doing?
Welcome, everyone. We're going to have a go at being a little bit more entertaining than West Ham were for the last 2 hours, because that was shit, wasn't it? Let's not dress it up. It was poor. Yeah. What we're going to do today? We're going to do a match review. We're going to waffle. John's a bit of a lightweight at the moment because he's on a health kick. He's been swimming and he's had 1 pint and he's pissed.
I'm on a health kick. I'm on a Carlin.
So yeah, get involved in the chat. Let us know what you think. We're going to run through that riveting game that we've all just watched and try and break it down. I mean, I don't know about you. It's left me with more fucking questions and answers. But and then we are going to do a player ratings on this one. I've got the screen set up, so we'll do that as well. So stick around for that.
Yeah, we'll let Eastside do some. Eastside's already in the chat. You'll be glad to know. And
Eastside, you can have Moyes. We'll let you score Moyes, Eastside.
Okay. Can we see who's in the chat very quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, there's a few people knocking about. Probably, I'm surprised anyone wants to watch us review this, but there you go.
Well, it's going to be the lowest numbers ever on this one.
Hey, look, Gary. Right, ready. Where's the show? Gary's a lightweight. You can't be bothered. Eastside's first words: Moyes out. That was so predictable. Even Gary said it. We'll talk about the game, obviously. Gary says the referee gets 12 out of 10 from me.
That was embarrassing. I'm going to talk about him after.
Referee was good, but bad, if you know what I mean.
He was bad, yeah.
He needs to go. Black Country Hammer, 4 more games for Moyes. I think he's losing the plot. Well, me and Nick have got slightly different takes on it. Who's to blame? I'm not going to say Moyes is totally not to blame, obviously, but some of the players need to look at themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
First was very good, I thought. First half was all right, but yeah, second half came out a little bit.
I wouldn't even say the first half was very good. It wasn't
brilliant, but when you're 3-1 up, you sort of, in some ways, it clouds over things, doesn't it? Or glosses over things, I should say. Second half,
we just set out just passively. It was like, we're 3-1 up, let's not go after them. You're like, fuck me. They scored in 5 minutes in the first half. Obviously, if you sit off them, they know how to zip the ball about on that surface.
Yeah, so but I don't think you go. Look, we said earlier that you said it as well, that you have to respect the opposition at all times. When you're 3-1 up away from home,
I wouldn't have respected them today.
No, but listen, I don't think you come out and go gun ho in second half, but we did sit too deep, and I think the players became very complacent.
You ain't got to go gun ho. We weren't gun ho in the first half, but why change tactics to defensive? It doesn't make sense.
Let's not go through the comments now because we want to talk a bit and some detailed comments.
Go on in, John. You've been going on all night. Go on, tell us about the starting lineup in the first half.
Starting lineup looked good to me. I was quite happy with it. It was a strong team. I thought.
I'm going to smoke, so I'm going to turn me thing off.
Yeah. We was calling for, a lot of people have been calling for two up front. And I know you said it in your video earlier on in the day that you've heard or you hope, whatever it is.
Obviously bollocks, wasn't it? Sorry, everyone, for getting your fucking hopes up. I've got my hopes up and all. Just fucking put that idea, put it in the bin. We ain't never going to see it. It's going to be either or because fucking no, it ain't going to happen. Go on, John.
But the problem for me was that, well, the good thing was I thought that's going to be nice because Paqueta is going to be sitting behind Scamacca. Yeah. And obviously they got the early goal, and I did call it. I said to you earlier on, and Gary, that I think they'll get an early goal because they'll be up for it. Premier League team, probably the biggest game in their history, whether you like it or not, it's true. And they came out.
It's just a defensive error, wasn't it?
Huh?
Defensive error, wasn't it?
Well, it was a defensive, just switching off, wasn't it? Kehrer he just came out of position, and Declan Rice had to cover him, and then Declan Rice left his man. So who's to blame there? Kehrer for me. But then we got on top without being brilliant. Scamacca scored an absolute blinding goal. That's the sort of player I think Scamacca's going to be for us. He ain't going to get loads of chances, but I genuinely think, I know last week against Bucharest he missed a couple, but he wasn't well then. We know
he weren't right.
But I think Scamacca's going to be one of them strikers. He won't do a lot, and he won't get a lot of opportunities. But I can see him banging in goals. That was a little bit.
But that's what a striker does. I mean, if we said it the other day, right? Haaland, in a game where he scored 2 goals, I think it was against us. He touched the ball but he touched the ball fucking 8 times. So these strikers, these target men, the really good ones, that's what they do. They sit on the shoulder of the last defender. They look for space, and then it's down to the team to give them chances.
Yeah.
And that is it. And you're right. I think he proved it. Well, he's proved a few times. If you give him a chance, he'll bang it in. No fucking around.
He needs to look. He came in late he came into the club late. He didn't go on the pre-season tour. He had the little bit of an illness. They're trying to bed him in. Genuinely now, I think you need to give him a run. He needs to start Premier League games now, and he needs to be given the right support, because otherwise, who knows what's going to happen, right? I know what you're going to say and what a lot of people say passed on previous strikers, right? I don't think he's going to get to that stage of him. I think he looks a bit different. The moodiness that everyone was calling him out for last week, I think that's just his mannerisms. He didn't look particularly happy when he come off again today. He's just one of them blokes, you know. He's got
I just don't think. I think in some games, in European games or whatever, I think he'll get chances. But with the way that we set up, I mean, with the way that we set up in the Premier, and we will set up that way on Sunday, and you know it, right? The way we set up, he's not. Look at against Aston Villa. We literally set up with there was seven men at the best of times, 9 men at the worst of times behind the fucking ball. Scamacca isn't going to get any chances. He isn't dynamic. He can't run the channels. He can't do what Antonio does. Therefore, Scamacca in that system will look shit. He will. In Europe, he'll be all right, because I mean, because the opposition is shit. So we feel so that they've got more space. We get forward more because we're not under as much pressure. But we should have, even without getting out of second gear, we should have been passing them off the park. They outpassed us because we don't know how to play a fucking passing game.
Right, but this is where me and you're going to fall out, and we've had a little bit of words before we come on, which
Let's
is why
fall out, John. I've got my fucking gloves on. Come on.
No, but listen, I'll tell you this till the cows come home. You can blame Moyes for all the negative coaching or the counter-attacking coaching, which I'm not making him.
That's what he does.
Yeah, I know he does. I'm not saying he doesn't, but you are not listening to the point that I'm saying, right? When those players go on the pitch, predominantly they're international class players, right? We've brought in Paqueta, whatever you can say about him, Brazilian number 10. Cornet, we all raved about him when he came in. He's a pace merchant. He's got great touch and all that. To me, our players look like they can't just do the basics sometimes, passing the ball around. We can't keep the ball. Did you see in the second half when Fornals come on, he was running through. He had Benny about 10 or 15 yards ahead of him. He could have played back. He turned back. Now, whose fault is that? Moyes was going mental at Fornals for doing.
I know. I saw that.
So it's almost like the players have forgot the basics of football, or they're nervous, or
but does that not come down to coaching, John?
International Premier League players would not be at Nick. What do you teach your boys, Nick? I'll teach them
to pass and move. John, there is no way that David Moyes teaches these players to pass and move, because it's all about shape. So it's pass the ball, hold your shape, don't leave your position.
Right, yeah. It's a great point. I'm not disputing that Moyes is culpable, but this is what I'm getting across, or trying to get across. How on earth do professional footballers being paid astronomical wages play such dreadful football? And right, I'm not talking about the shape.
Can I ask you something? Just quickly. Can I ask you something? Why is Pep Guardiola managing Man City and not the likes of David Moyes or Sam Allardyce?
Well, we know that. Pep Guardiola is another level.
No. What I'm saying is, because of the style of play, would Man City be playing that football? Would they look as fast and as fluid if David Moyes was managing them? Would those players, those attacking players, look half as good as what they do now in that system if he was managing them? No, they fucking wouldn't, because they get coached differently. That's why coaches get paid £5 million, £10 million a year.
Mm. Yeah,
you know, it's all down to them. So when a manager sets a team up and he goes to Bowen on the right wing, who's been shit this year, right? Don't leave Soufal. You know, I know you want to get forward, but make sure you don't leave no space in behind you. He's sowing negative seeds into their heads. The same on the other sad with Fornals. Fornals has always regressed when he plays wide left. I mean, he's like the biggest utility player in the world. Paqueta, for me, is clearly a top class player. I won't call him world class because I'm not going to call. No, yeah, I did. I'm not going to call him. But in the right team, he fucking is. Put him in Man City's team. What he looked today was he looked like a lost puppy. He didn't know, mate. He was literally like. He looks lost.
Nick, can I say something, mate?
Go on.
We didn't play the same way today we normally play. We changed it up a little bit. You can't say we didn't. But
It's the same ethos. It's the same way that it's his same plan B. It's the same plan B.
What are you talking?
Three at the back. Either go three at the back or he plays the other way. It's the same plan B.
Where was Paqueta playing tonight?
I don't think he knew where he was playing.
Right, so whose fault's that? Whose fault was when he was getting the ball? He kept running the ball out of play. He couldn't. I'm not blaming Paqueta, but I'm using him as an example.
Yeah.
He came to the club with a massive fee, Brazilian number 10, and tonight I'm not being horrible. You know, I'm not calling him out.
He looked shit.
Yeah, but you're blaming the system. I'm talking about the basics of passing the ball.
So you suggesting that he is shit then?
I'm not suggesting he's shit. We know he's not. But the players are as much to blame as the manager tonight because they took it for granted. In my opinion.
No, but we've been looking poor for a long time. Okay, this isn't.
I'm talking about tonight's game.
I know we are, but what I'm saying, but you do have to. We won't go back to last season. Let's just focus on this season. We've been looking shit. We've been looking shit for a long time. We have. The only time we're ever comfortable is if we can lay a fucking roadblock against Man City or Chelsea and we try and sucker punch someone. That's the only time we can ever feel like we've got a game plan that we can work to.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I want us to take the game to teams, right? I do as well. But what I'm saying is no matter what style you're told to play by your manager, no matter what formation you're told to play by your manager, when players are not doing the basics, Nick, I'm sorry, the basics are pass and move, pass and hold on to the ball. You're suggesting that David Moyes is so set up on the counter-attack, which I know he is. You're almost suggesting that he says or thinks, I think lose the ball. I
think you can see clearly from the fact that we haven't changed. I mean, we are now a few times, but the fact that we haven't changed shape and we've played the same way for so long that I don't think these players have been coached any other way other than to basically have this fucking drilled into them. They've had this way drilled into them. And now he's in a situation where he's got to change it. He's got new players in that he's trying to bring into the team, but he's sitting there. He's a fucking walking conundrum. Because I actually do feel sorry for him because I do think that David Moyes is a good manager. I think he's good at certain things. I think he's in trouble, John. I mean, if you're saying those players ain't playing for him, then they're not playing for him, are they?
I'm not saying they're not playing for him. I'm not saying they're playing. I'm saying they're not playing for their own profession because the basics that they're not doing, which is pass and move, Nick, all right, not even pass and move. Keep the goddamn ball. Keep the ball, spray it around.
Yeah,
that's not hard.
But I think
they can do that, Nick.
I think you've just answered your own question because how you play a fluid passing game is by passing and moving. Okay, there is no way, and to do that you need to be dynamic. So you make a ball, you continue, you run up the field, you create space, create passing lines. You know full well that the instruction, certainly within the first half of our pitch, will be make that pass, but do not leave any fucking space in behind. So it ain't pass and go, it's pass and sit.
How many times tonight did we get in the final third and someone like Cornet tripped over or fell over?
He was awful. He's been underwhelming. Underwhelming.
Paqueta gave the ball away a lot of times. People say he played well. I don't think he did, if I'm honest. I think the attacking, not Antonio Scamacca, and I've said this when Antonio's in the team, and I'll say it again, that those behind our attackers are letting us down time and time again in an attacking sense. We have no... Look, it's early days for Paqueta, right? But take a Paqueta.
Do you know what we've got, though? Have we got any identity at all in the way that we're playing?
No, I've said that to you. I said that last week.
No,
I don't know whether we know...
Whose fault is that?
I couldn't say what we are at the minute.
This is the trouble. When David Moyes came in, and for the last 2 years, which has been largely successful for him, we've had an identity. You've known what we were about. We haven't got one at the minute.
No.
And today, for large portions of that game, particularly the second half, I'm sorry, we got played off the park by a team that I think Kidderminster would beat. They're passing and moving. No, I think they done it. I think even Viborg. I know we scored. We put 6 past them, but in large parts of that game, they were out passing us. We can't do it.
Yeah, no. Initially, when they were looking pretty tidy in the early part of the game, I said, well, they're used to the conditions and they're used to the pitch. However, what I will say is, as time goes on, as highly paid Premier League footballers, and Declan Rice said in his interview, and I agreed, They should play on any surface and should be able to adapt fairly quickly anyway. So I'm not going to blame the pitch for that.
No, but that surface is always going to be more geared towards somebody who wants to play quick, short passing. It is because
but Moyes is not telling them.
quickly.
Moyes is not telling them to not do quick, short passing, Nick. If you genuinely think he's telling them to not do quick passing, because we wasn't doing the long ball today either. Today
they looked lost.
Because they can't do the basics. It might be the coaching.
Yeah, but mate, that's got to come down to coaching, mate.
What, passing the fucking ball? Sorry for swearing. Sorry.
No,
passing the ball? You need to be coached. Hang on a minute. Some of them blokes are in their mid-20s, and you're telling me they need to be coached how to pass the ball now at 25 years of age.
I'm saying that even against a team like Viborg, right? They're a professional team. They was very together when they got the ball. Very good build-up play. They was pressing us like a team should. They were more together. They had more idea what they were doing. Viborg knew what they were about. Our team, our players, looked lost for the most part. Even that. I mean, Kera playing right of a back three. He looked. He kept on getting caught out of position. Dawson looked good. He looked good. It was good to see him back.
But whose fault is that? Right. So is that coaching there, Kera? Because last week when he played there, we said he'd done really well.
I just don't know, John. I don't know. I bet there is only one common denominator. I mean, we've all been told. Listen, we've all been told that Kera is a fucking brilliant player. He's a leader. He's a great character.
We've said that ourselves. We've said that ourselves.
Yeah, and David Moyes has said that. So he ain't the type of person who's gonna just not try. What I'm saying is we've got a lot of characters in that team that are not performing. They're not the type of people that would down tools. So they've lost direction. Something's gone wrong. It feels like a rudderless ship, mate. That's what it feels like to me at the moment. That's the way I'm feeling.
I listen, I'm not disputing what you're saying, that Moyes may be a bit lost to transition and all that nonsense, but it's still, for me, doesn't
ask this bloke, Paul McDonough, about he's an Everton fan. Hello, welcome, Paul.
Hello, Paul. You're toffee nose.
Listen, we've had this debate before. Obviously, you're an Everton fan. Give us your opinion in the comments on David Moyes. In David Moyes' time with you, did you experience times where you was on the cusp of doing something good, but you kind of never quite made that transition? Do you think? Do you put that on Moyes? Do you wish you still had him? Just give us your opinion on him. Let us give us your take.
Just going back to Cornet, Clever Trevor says, does Cornet not know he needs to take the ball with him when he runs at plays? Headless chicken tonight. Yeah. Scamacca played okay. And this is the thing. Scamacca is always going to play okay because the little bits and bobs he gets involved in, he does very, very well.
He's got top qualities, passing the ball, his control, everything's good about him. But Bowen and Ben Rama, for instance, Ben Rama, right? Ben Rama was our most, and this is a player who I've slated all last season. But Ben Rama, I'm not stubborn when presented with new information, as I've said before. I'll change my mind. Ben Rama, with the start of the season, he was our most effective attacker, and he was unlucky to lose his position, get dropped against Chelsea. Now we all know that Ben Rama is a confidence player. So why does Moyes have a team of fucking players who look like they're struggling? He has one player who's got confidence and goes, I know what I'll do. I'll take him out and I'll stick him on the bench and fuck his confidence up as well. Why does he do that? He had Flynn Downs last week. He got man of the match. Are you telling me Flynn Downs is going to play on Sunday? Is he going to start? He ain't going to start. Why was he not playing tonight then? Why weren't he playing tonight?
No idea. I agree with you. I said that. I would have put Downs in the team. Of course I would have. I don't know. I can't answer that.
It makes no sense. He's bizarre.
I'm being attacked. Virgil, wake up, for fuck's sake. He needs to go now. Well, look.
I'm still not there yet. I'm not saying Moyes out yet, Eastside, because like I say, for me, this competition, I'm not that taken on this competition at the minute. These teams that we're playing, when we get into the next round, I'll be like, yeah, fine, we'll go for it. But at the moment, we're playing some really shit teams. It's the league. I want us to do better in the league. David Moyes is going to get judged over the next 4 games for me. He is. And I'm not going to be Moyes out, this, that, the other, until that happens. I want to see how he does. And I'm worried for him and I'm worried for us. I am. I'm not going to lie.
Look, listen, like I've always said, results will decide his future, Moyes. Of course, we know that, right?
Yeah.
When we lose that, when we decide he's gone, as a fan base, a lot have already said, as you can see in the chat, a lot of people have already said it's time for him to go. Look, when it's time to go, I'll say it's time to go. Me and Nick are polar opposites in terms of what we expect, etc. But we both agree on one thing in terms of we know it's a results business. So yeah, when Moyes has to go, he has to go. I don't know when that will be. And like I said the other day, I don't think the board are going to do it anytime soon. I'll be surprised if they did it before January, put it that way. But if come January we're in that situation of a relegation battle, maybe it'll happen then. I don't know.
Yeah, as you've got a Hammer's chair. Is that Gio or Gonzo? Welcome. Kera played in the back three loads. Yeah, I thought he did as well. And I think he did for PSG. But yeah, he did. He looked uncomfortable. But he weren't the only one. He weren't the only one that looks uncomfortable.
I mean, a lot of people, and I said it initially, he's going to put it down to the pitch. But when Rice said that in his post-match interview about they're professionals, they just got to deal with it. I thought, yeah, you're probably right. You know.
Yeah, that is right. I mean, look. The AstroTurf would have played a part. I'm not saying it wouldn't have, but they've both got to play on it, and you just got to adapt your style. Like I say, you just it's a smooth surface. You've played on AstroTurf before. That is what it's well suited to a short passing game, which is what they do. Just zip the ball about. You know, unfortunately, it's something we struggle to do.
Will agrees with you. Our players look lost simply because they don't know where they are supposed to play. Attacking players are told to defend.
I know.
Well, you got the other side of it. Richard says, I thought we did okay. Respect the 3 points. Yeah, I do respect the 3 points. Listen, we made hard work of that. At 3-1 up, I thought at half-time the game was dead and buried. But as the second half went on, and did you see the geezer? What's the geezer who come on? He calls havoc. Tony Adamson.
Oh, I know.
He called mayhem.
I know. But the thing is, when you look at it logically, right? We had a soft penalty. They had a goal ruled out that shouldn't have been fucking ruled out. We was lucky to get a result today.
Oh, yeah. No, I said that. We was lucky to go 3-1 up.
And I'm going to talk about the referee now, right? Because we had a bit of a debate about this in our WhatsApp group. Now, I am sorry, okay? We don't need a fucking helping hand against Danish minnows from a referee. And we all moan and we complain when we come up against the big teams about how it's all, you get these, they always get the decisions. That's what was blatantly happening tonight, because we're obviously the big team in that decision. Fucking mate, Cornet could fart the bloke nearest to him and get a yellow card. It was ridiculous, honestly. I don't understand why referees just can't be fucking normal. Just be impartial. Just referee a game. It was so blatant. What about when he went down? He twisted his ankle, Paqueta, and then he blew and he stopped their attack.
Yeah, that was unusual. I think he probably thought he broke it.
So weird.
I was surprised when I know, look, he has to rest Rice and that, but Rice looked puzzled at being subbed. And you know what? As soon as Rice came off, you saw the centre mid, the holes, the gaps in the centre mid was like the parting of the Red Sea, wasn't it? With Souček and Lanzini. Jesus Christ.
I know. I still can't work out why Lanzini over Downs next to Rice tonight, because Downs is not going to play on Sunday.
To me, the problem with that is that, look, I always look to justify things, right? And then initially I thought, well, maybe he's playing Lanzini because he's had a rough start. Maybe he's trying to bed him in, or whatever you want to call it, against these Danish minnows, get him a bit of game time. Hopefully he has a positive performance. But he was poor. But to me, the bigger picture is Downs, because Downs needs game time to gain more experience.
Yeah.
And to build on his performance last week. And people don't get too carried away. It was only Bucharest, what they called? Bloody hell, I forgot the name. Bucharest or whatever.
Yeah.
And I get that.
FC,
not the best team in the world.
I know.
But you still want a kid who started well to be a bit of momentum into his game. And by playing him, I thought he was a dead cert for today. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was a dead cert to start.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what happened now. But like I say, Paqueta, we'll go on. We'll talk about the players individually when we do the player ratings, but that was a weird one. And like I say, this geezer clearly ain't a bad player. He wouldn't have cost 50 million otherwise. He's not a bad player. He looked shit. Let's not gloss over it. He looked terrible. But he weren't on his own. There were other players that did as well. I kind of, Moyes has got serious fucking problems here. And like I say, he can move that shape about. He can move the pieces about on his coach's board all he wants. He can play 3 here and 4 there and whatever. Ultimately, we always look the same. It doesn't matter because the ethos is the same. The mentality is the same. It just is. And
okay, but the thing is, okay. So in the Premier League, we say we've been found out, right?
yeah.
But when we play these teams, they don't know us from Adam, right? They've never played against us before. They might watch us on videos and that. Why do we still look so stale?
Because they sit off of us. So that's what they did initially. So they sat quite deep, but then when they got the ball,
They
they
didn't
did
sit for
something
long.
with
They
it.
scored after 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, but that's what they did. They had quite a defensive, solid shape, and then but when they got the ball, they broke well. They broke as a team. They moved the ball. They looked really good.
Got a response here from the Everton fan. Moyes is a quality manager.
Right,
I'm
ban
an
him,
Everton
ban
fan.
him. Fuck off, Paul. Go on, we don't want you in here.
It's not the answer Nick wanted. But Nick don't get the answer. Nick bans people when he doesn't get the answer he wanted.
Get that off the screen. Hang on. No, it's fair enough. Thanks for your.
No, it's his opinion, isn't it? Look, everyone's got different opinions. You know what I mean?
Thanks for your completely irrelevant opinion, Paul.
But here's someone who does agree with you. East side views. Nick, you're right. There you go.
No, it is Gio.
Oh, is it Gio?
Welcome. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome, Gio. We've got. Is there any points in the comment? Have you been flicking through them? Any sort of talking points?
There's a few things here. Look, a lot of people saying Moyes has lost the dressing room a while ago. I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, my only argument against that is some of the performances that we're put in against the likes of Spurs and Chelsea. Which, while I think we got the tactics woefully fucking wrong,
the effort was there, wasn't it?
The effort was there, and the players looked like they was pulling together, and they was trying to deliver whatever it was that Moyes was fucking telling them to do. They were playing for him, you know, because if they wanted him gone, they could easily get him gone. Mind you, they're not doing a bad job. Let's face it. Well, the results at the moment ain't great, are they? But
no. Moyes sets the team up. The buck stops with Moyes.
Yeah, I agree, and like I say, it's all for me. Look, it's not all about the manager. Yes, there were some poor performances on there tonight, but it all comes down to, like I said to you earlier on, John. You know, if you've got an underperforming team, then what you want is players in the team that are in form at least. You know, so you had one in-form attacker in Benny, taking him out of the team, probably killed his confidence now because he's a fucking big baby. He likes his belly tickled. So now he probably won't be back in. And then you've got Downs, who was I'm not saying he's like that, but he was brought into the team. Played really well. It was a man in the match performance. Mate, now he's out of fucking team.
No, that Benny, you sort of expect it with Benny because he's on and off the pitch all the time by Moyes. But yeah, what happened with Downs? Honestly, it really, really did surprise me and made me think. It did make me think, what the fuck's he doing? But you know, you have to go with it, and then you think, well, it's only against this lot.
Is it a seniority thing? Is it because Downs was so keen to come here and he is a West Ham fan, and he's probably not on as much money as the rest of them, so he'd rather upset Downs than one of the bigger boys? Could be. Which if that is the case, is weak fucking management, isn't it? Let's face it.
What? So you think what? So by starting Lanzini, he's not going to upset Lanzini? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not even that. But the likes of Souček, and I just think I don't know. I don't know anymore. We know he's got his favourites. I mean, Areola. There's a lot of people slating Areola in here tonight, and yeah, he was poor.
Areola was. I said Areola was poor, didn't I, during the game?
But he isn't poor. But he was again. He's another one. He was poor tonight.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with formation. That's a goalkeeper. That's completely different.
Yeah, no, I know. Somebody made the point earlier on about Kehrer, where we was talking about the back three. I think it might have been
Gio, wasn't it?
No. Gio said about he's played in the back three for Germany, but I think it might have been Will Doyle. We said that ever since Kehrer's been here, he's played in different positions in the back line, in different shapes. Yeah.
And look,
how's he going to settle down with a different partner?
Let's be honest, as good as he's been, he has made a few mistakes and he has cost a couple of goals if you want to analyse him 100%. But we can see the bigger picture that he's a quality player there. So it's probably why he's not getting slated as much as, you know what I mean?
I think what Kehrer is, good players, like when you're coaching kids, right? If you're coaching kids who have got talent or whatever else, you will encourage them to express themselves and do things like that. I don't think... I think with Kehrer is going to make mistakes because he makes decisions. So Kehrer will fucking lunge in for a tackle. Kehrer will look for a pass. He's not a safe player. He's an exciting. He's a fun centre back. Kehrer is. He's a good player. He would add to an attacking game. He'd start us off on the front foot. He probably is going to make the odd.
This is probably you put this message on, Nick, didn't you, under a new name?
It's not me.
I'm not blindly sticking by Moyes. If you were to listen, what I said was, I think Moyes is as culpable. Of course he is, yes. But when the players go on the pitch and they can't pass the ball, that's what baffles me. We couldn't keep the ball tonight. And that's what I don't care what you say about coaching. That is basics of football. Yes, the sitting back and counter-attacking stuff and always, always wanting teams to come onto us. We need to change that up. I've said that. I'm not blindly sticking by Moyes. I'm just saying, I know his downfalls. I've said it in the past. I want us to go two up front. I want all the changes like you want, Nick. You know what I mean? But I voice it in a different way. But at the end of the day, also, the players, when they get on that pitch, if they look like donkeys, they're donkeys through their own being a lot of the time.
And they look like fucking donkeys today. They did.
So this is what I'm saying to you. So your rational hatred of Souček, if you like, you can't put that down to coaching, or is that his ability?
No. With Souček, his technical ability, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But Souček is a simple player that will flourish. No, he's a simple player that will flourish in a similar way to Antonio. Antonio is a very simple. They've got very simple functions, and like I say, when you put, they're not technical. They're not used to playing in the team that hold the ball, pass and move. Even Bowen to a degree. Bowen is an excellent player. He's great when you get him on the shoulder, you get him in behind. But if there's no output and there's no goals there, what does Bowen really offer apart from goals?
I agree with you. But can I ask you a question though, right?
Go on.
We was 3-1 up. We was all, it's all right. Hang on a minute. Their goal came from a blatant mistake from Bowen, right? What I'm saying is
they was holding the ball for the whole half. It was coming, that goal.
I know. You can't say it was coming because it came from a fucking balls. Sorry.
Yeah.
It came from a massive balls up. Areola didn't have that much to do. Right?
No.
He didn't have loads of saves to make until they got that goal. And then he made actually, I forgot. He made a brilliant save near the end, didn't he?
Brilliant save, yeah. Great save.
From Tony Adamson.
Yeah.
But the goal came from a mistake. I'm not taking away. I'm not saying Moyes ain't to blame. What I'm saying is if we would have won 3-1, we wouldn't have been as dejected as we are now. We would have been a little bit like, Gary said it, at 3-1, we would have took that, but at nearly letting it slip.
I wouldn't have felt any worse if it had finished 3-3. Not really. Well, because what difference is it, mate? We're going to piss that group anyway. We are. We're going to. No, but we are. We're going to piss that group anyway. If we lose one game, it's not the end of the world. Again, it is the performances, and it isn't just when I'm talking about momentum, getting momentum. This is a game where we wanted to be going out and putting a fucking performance together. It really is, and I really hope that, because what I said in the video earlier on was what I think that Moyes should do in these games. Moyes should be using these games as almost training games, because we're not doing very well in the league. He should be using these to get his system set up for Sunday. So put it to practice on the pitch.
But what you're saying is he should play his players tonight in the right system that he's going to use on Sunday.
Get them used to it, because they're not used to it at the moment. There's no identity there. There's no point. Does that
then not show your hand?
Yeah, but everyone knows his fucking hand. He's played the same way for about 2 years. When's that ever bothered him? That's what I'm saying. When's that ever bothered Moyes? He's played with the same players in the same style, week on week.
We better answer his question, because Huge won. Oh, I just got it. Huge one. Got it. Love it. He asked a question earlier and I missed it. Sorry, mate. Answer the question. He's angry. Why can these players play well for other teams? I think he was mentioning Haller, and he meant when he was at Dortmund, when he was at Ajax, mate, and he's mentioning Vlasic at Torino now.
Yeah, mate, exactly. Right, because we've got one style. We've got one style of play. So basically, when a player comes in, what it looks like anyway is that player has to fit David Moyes' way. We haven't got a manager that can mould a team and get the best out of what he's got. Basically, he'll take a player, irrespective of whether he's a good player or not. If he don't quite fit what I want to do, now fuck him. It ain't going to work. I know he's a number 10, but if he can't be a left winger, let's get rid of him. Let's ship him out to Torino. I mean, why we ever bought Vlasic as a left winger, I don't know. Did we ever see him as a number 10?
No.
And on
No.
and on this evidence, from what I've seen just recently, John, I don't think Paqueta is much better at the minute from what I've seen.
Let's not go down that road. Let's not ditch Paqueta. We built him up like he was Pele, so let's not knock him.
But I think he is. But in this system,
yeah.
it's I'm just trying to think of what players. I mean, to be quite honest, if this is how we're going to play, and this is, I think Moyes just has to stick with his same 11 players. If we can't change the way we're going to play, then just fucking stick, because we need to get out of trouble. So, you know, but Moyes is probably getting pressure from above now because he spent so much money. He's got pressure from the players on the bench. He's got people like Scamacca, Paqueta. They're going to want to be in the team. So he's got pressure coming.
But he needs to look. John said it here, right? And I've said this. This is why I've been calling for 4-4-2, not because I think it's the best system we've got. I think it's because of the players we've got available. You can't have, and we can't continue to have, before, you know, Johnson's injured, Aguerd's injured. Playing three at the back ain't going to suit us because we haven't got the quality wing backs, and that's the problem. So I think we need to go 4-4-2 because it suits the availability. I'm not listen only because
no, I want 4-4-2. I want 4-4-2, but
yeah,
then if you play 4-4-2, who's a midfield two?
Well, it'd be too adventurous, wouldn't it? I'd say Rice and Paqueta, but it ain't going to work.
What a diamond, like what Kent said last week, where you play Rice.
Like Kent, exactly that. What Kent said the other day, a diamond, Rice behind Paqueta.
Yeah.
I just think because I think, who was it? He said it. It was so true. Martin Keown said it, believe it or not. He said that West Ham now have the quality of players to be more adventurous, be more on the press. He said, West Ham don't press. He said, this is and he was true what he said. West Ham don't press. We sit too deep. We don't press until the opposition get into a certain position on the field, which is usually halfway into our own half. And it's so true. Moyes doesn't like our strikers wasting energy and running around. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's true. We do need to change it up. John McFadden says, I cannot believe that we have not got a player in midfield who can turn on the ball. Yeah. Hang on.
It's bizarre.
Got a bit of support here. Paul Harrison. Cheers, Paul. Thanks for coming back. John's right to question where the culpability lies, Moyes or the players. I'm not saying where it lies. I'm saying, to me, it's a joint culpability. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say. Sorry.
I'm going to have to drop off and come back on because we want to do the player ratings, and for some reason, Chrome ain't doing it. So drive the chat for a minute, John.
You can leave me on my own.
Go on. Off you go.
They're all going to bully me. Eastside says, I'll be honest with you, we've only looked good in spells this season and we haven't controlled a game or dominated a game for large parts. No, we haven't. We don't keep the ball enough. We're not confident enough to keep it at the back like Man City tend to do. And we seem devoid of ideas when we get to a certain position on the pitch. So Peter says, people still thinking we will make 6th or 7th need to wake up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get 6 or 7. Alex Chapman says, I called it from the signing of Paqueta. Moyes won't get the best out of him. Yeah, I know Nick. I know Nick agrees with you there. Probably. I think Alex is still saying I'm blindly supporting Moyes. Cheers, Alex. Peter will finish bottom with this idiot in charge if Moyes remains in charge.
Yeah.
Who are we going to get? Because Andrew Fielding says, who are we going to get? Tuchel, whatever his name is. Or Poch. We won't get one of them. I don't think we will. But
yeah, I mean, it's an interesting comment from. I'm just reading that from Hammer's chat. He said, and I agree with that with the 4-2-3-1 because I think it's more personnel, and like I say, I don't think it really matters what shape you play. It's just
4-2-3-1 would be all right. It's the flat back four that I think we need.
Yeah, but he said our squad is wild really to get the best out of Paqueta. Then the 4-2-3-1 would be ideal, but then we have Suchik, the Suchik central midfield issue, which is a problem. To solve that,
problem, you just got to not play him, haven't you?
Yeah, but then he said
to solve if you make it a problem.
But he says to solve that 4-3-3, but then you're shackling Paqueta. Don't know. It's difficult. I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously not fucking Suchik that's the problem. I mean, that's obvious at the moment.
I'm not having this. The defence was not good from the start. Dawson needs to learn how to leave him alone. He's beautiful. He scored a goal. He's been out for months. Yeah. won't say Charlie. I've got an irrational love.
Hello,
for
Mike.
Them, so.
Mr. Brennan.
Yeah, he done.
Bowen was dog shit. Yeah, he was poor, wasn't he?
Lose against Everton, and Moyes will be gone.
Is this a shape that we was playing? I was trying to work it out. That is kind of how we played, isn't it?
What you got? 3. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, that's what
I couldn't really work out what Cornet and Soufal were doing half the time. But
I think that's what we was in possession, but out of possession, they was coming back and making a 5, weren't they?
Yeah,
it's
I think
that
so.
Whole fluidity thing of in and out of possession, isn't it?
But look, let's get these player ratings done anyway. John, tell me about Areola.
Areola was poor. He got away with one when he ran into the geezer on the corner. He blindly ran into the fella and got away with that one. I mean, that was protection of a goalkeeper that I've to another level, wasn't it? But he did make a very good save near the end. So for me, I'll give him a 6.
6. What are people saying in the chat?
Hang on, let's get down it. I haven't asked. Sorry, I've had a few beers. I'm getting annihilated for my blind love of Moyes. Apparently.
Why is Skamaka there? Right, hang on.
Right, give your ratings for Moyes, people, please.
Right,
quickly if you can. I'd say 6, only because that save got him out of trouble. Because I would probably give him a 5.
Yeah,
I don't think he was. Yeah,
he weren't good. I don't think he was good today. I've got to be honest.
No one's giving him a marking. He was that bad.
Right. Okay. Kera. Well, I think Kera that was by his standards from what we've seen of him. It was a below average performance. It was like you say, he was caught out of position for the initial goal. That kind of dragged. Rice was just doing the right thing, wasn't he? He was trying to fill the space.
Yeah.
So he left his man, and it weren't the only time. A couple of passes were sloppy as well. He just looked a bit confused today. Yeah, below average. I expect more from him. It weren't good, so I'll go with a 5. Right. What about Dawson, John?
I thought Dawson did all right. I mean, he wasn't. You know what you get with Dawson. He wasn't brilliant. He looked a little bit immobile. He's been out for a while, and let's be honest, he did score a goal off of his shoulder, but they all count, as he said.
I think we've lost the live chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know what's happened.
They're all gone. Look, it's showing that we're still live.
Yeah, no comments are coming through, so I don't know why. So if you are putting comments, people, sorry, I don't know what's happened here.
Bit of a glitch. Let
me. I'm getting them on the phone. People. I'm on my phone. I'm getting the scores coming up. So like I've got.
Oh,
yeah, but nothing's happening in the actual chat.
All right. All right. Sorry, people. For whatever reason, StreamYard's had a wobble, so we're not going to be able to put your comments up for the moment. I don't quite know why. So we'll go with it anyway. Go on, John. Dawson, start again.
As I said, Dawson did all right. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't poor. He did what he needed to do. I don't think it was a mistake for any of the goals personally. Scored a goal off of his shoulder. So for me, I'm going to give Dawson a 6 average.
6. I think that's fair. Cresswell, can't say I noticed him really. I don't think he did anything wrong.
Nick, someone said log out and log in again, Nick.
Log out and log in again.
Apparently. Oh. Then the comments, I can't put people's comments up off my phone, can I?
All right, 1 minute.
This is a nightmare, people. What is going on? You wouldn't get this in other shows, would you? Fucking Nick's an amateur. Don't worry, I'm here with my blind love of Moyes. I'm just trying to get it up. Hang on. Not that. I'm trying to get the chat up.
No, I can see all the comments now.
I can't.
This has all gone fucking badly. Will you log out? People, just stick with us for 2 minutes and then we'll be back in.
People want me. They can't. People can't lose me.
Go on, log out for a minute and then log back in. So just click on the little duck in the top left-hand corner. There you go. Right. So people have gone. Let's have a look here. Let's go back through some of these comments just very quickly. Dawson, 97. Moyes has hacked you. I reckon he has. Cresswell, 6. Yeah. It's not been good, is it? Nick has given me a nasty virus. Okay, here he is. He's back. Right.
Hurrah! The good-looking
Hurrah.
one's back. Hello, everybody.
Right, 1 minute. Can you see the chat now?
Yeah, I can see Nigel's in the chat calling us amateurs. Cheers, Nigel. Thanks for the support, mate.
That's the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's because Nigel's watching. He ain't watched for a while. He's probably sabotaged it. The bastard.
He's got a raving up, and he's been telling everyone they don't know what they're talking about in the chat.
Has he? I ain't kept up with you.
Right, Kara, John.
You did Kara. You give him a 5.
No, sorry, the other one, Emerson, the other new player we've got
the
on the left-hand
one.
side. Go on, Emerson.
He did all right. He did okay. He didn't do nothing special. I can't think of him doing anything wrong. He does. I noticed for a Brazilian, he does hoof the ball a lot. I noticed that tonight. I don't know if it's just tonight. He clears his lines a lot, which is very un-Brazilian. Do you know what I mean? He just kicks it long.
He gets forward a lot. I think he's quite like Kera. I think he's quite a fun player. He does surge forward. I can't see Moyes trusting him as a left back.
Just so you know, the chat's gone again in our main screen because
my
phone's going off, but this ain't going off.
Same for me.
So sorry, people, we can't put your chats up or your messages up. We'll try and read some. I'll give him a 6. I thought he was average.
Yeah, he weren't terrible, was he?
No, he was just there, did a bit of a job, but Emerson 6 for me.
Boufal, I think he's eternally average, but he did do a good tackle today, didn't he? Like he got a good turn away when they had a chance earlier. But yeah, no, I'm just completely perplexed by Boufal. I don't really know what he offers really anymore.
It's quite split in the chat. People giving him 4s and 7s in the chat that I'm looking on my phone.
Who's Boufal?
Yeah, I don't think he was as low as a 4. I think he had an average game. I don't think he was terrible, Nick. To be honest, I don't know.
Nah.
Then someone said he should be getting the donkey, so I'll leave it to you because it's your decision.
I won't give him a donkey because I don't think he was that bad, but I will give him.
Nigel's giving him a 9 for the tackle.
For the tackle, fucking hell.
Oh, has he seen his tackle? Oh, the tackle.
Yeah. Right, John, Declan Rice. This is really irritating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very unusual. I don't know why it's doing this. StreamYard keeps stopping. Sorry, people.
Sorry,
Declan Rice, I don't know, really. He did all right. He had a bit of an engine on him, as usual. He wasn't, I don't know. It was a strange one for him as well. I don't think he was brilliant. Mate, I don't know. I'm 6.
Yeah, you've got
a bit of a nothingness. You know what I mean? Personally speaking,
Mandy G's gone 6. Mike Brennan's gone 7.
Epic Cash Time says Rice was awful.
Yeah, John's talking about.
The chat's working again. The chat's working again.
Is it back? Oh, good. Thank for that. That's horrible, that isn't it? When that goes.
Yeah, it's working because old Mickey Smith's back. Look
there
at
we
Mickey
go.
Smith. Look, Mickey Smith just reminds me of proper West Ham. Mickey Smith, please. We've got a few 6s.
Yeah.
7. I'd give him a 6. I don't think he'd done anything amazing. I don't think he was bad. He was just sort of there, wasn't he? I don't know. Strange. Who's having that? Someone's taking a mick out of my Carling Black Label. What's wrong with the Black Label, mate? I'm handling it. Too strong for you, is it? Yeah. All
right. Right, Lanzini.
Go on.
I thought he was kind of just ineffective. He was just there, wasn't he? Really. He tries to move the ball well. Again, I think Lanzini. If Lanzini in a passing team, he'd probably be all right.
Oh,
you know, no, he probably would be if all his job is to do, because he isn't as mobile as he once was. So if his job was to just move the ball, he'd be all right. But
so he's not. So you're telling me he's not allowed to pass to his nearest teammate?
Oh, John, we just said earlier on. I explained to you why I think it is. Pass and
Don't
move.
be condescending. You explain to me like I'm bloody.
I've got me. I've got me UEFA B license, right?
You bought it down bloody Dagenham car boot sale.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's a bit of a.
If Rice is a 6, then Lanzini is a 6 as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
He's getting quite 4s, 5s, and 6s in the group.
I wouldn't give him a 4. I don't think he was that bad. But I'll tell you, this is gonna divide opinion now. And I'll tell you what, we will lean on the chat for this next one, because I don't want to be unnecessarily horrible to our new marquee signing. But do you want to tell us what you all thought of Paqueta?
Hang on. Nigel said you got a UEFA Talks bollock class. If that was the case, Nigel will be managing England by now.
Nigel been drinking. Been on the sherbets.
Paqueta, look, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I know it's only how many games he played for us? 1.5.
Judge him on his performance. What was his performance today, John?
I know. I'm not saying. I'm not trying to say that the geezer's finished and all that. I'm being honest with you. On tonight's performance, Paqueta for me was. He wasn't average. I'd say 5. Let's see what's in the chat.
It's too soon to give him a donkey, surely. We can't be doing that to him yet.
Oh, Epic. It's never too soon for Epic to give someone a donkey's head. Look, he's given him a 4. Paqueta's given him a 5. I'll give him a 5. Brennan, 5. 5 from Nigel. Alex Chapman, 3. Oof. 3?
Yeah, but it was a bad performance, though, wasn't it? I mean, This is your score, though, John. So you.
No, I said 5.
You got 5. Okay.
But Hammerhead says Paqueta wasn't that bad, but I think he was.
He was bad, mate.
Mate, you know what the thing is? I think the thing is now with him as well is the expectation from the fan base is that he's going to be the one to unlock the other team's defences, and that's going to be a bit.
I was expecting for 50 million a player that could pick the ball up from our 18-yard box and run for about 15.
You told everyone he was on your show. Your show was crap. Yeah, you said Bowen weren't getting in the England team. You said Paqueta was brilliant and a world beater.
Yeah, that was a good one. That went down well. My thumbnail earlier on, didn't it? Bowen dumped by England. That was that fucking dickhead from Sky Sports, wasn't it?
Oh, right. You're blaming them there.
Well, it was them. It was that. You sent me the story, right? It's me right up, didn't you, Tosser?
Right. Yeah, Paqueta's getting 4, 5s, and 6s. Chris says Paqueta 5. Couple of nice flicks.
Yeah.
Average. Hang on, this geezer must write for the Sun newspaper. Forgetter about Paqueta. Oh my God. We get them all on here, don't we? Where are we? Let's have a look.
Okay.
Hang on, quickly. Change us. Oh no, wait. Let's not move on to. Wait, we're going to do these. Save these comments, people. If you can repost them later, it's easier for us to go back.
Yeah, leave your comments until we'll be through these in a minute. So leave your questions because there's so many bloody in the comments we can never find them. So
go
on, Cornet. So yeah, Cornet was shit. Cornetto was rubbish. I thought the best thing he did was he won us a penalty. I thought his passing was bad. You know, he had a good chance again, which he fluffed, didn't he? I'm not really that taken by him.
Do you know what? I'm going to be totally honest, right? When we was rumoured to be getting him from Burnley, I hadn't seen much of him, right?
Yeah.
But people were going, he's electric.
I'm going to take umbrage with this because, as you know, we're all part of 6'2". This is Nigel, everyone. Nigel Khan. Nick needs to get his stories from Sean. No, I fucking don't need to get my stories from Sean, Nigel. All right. I don't do that.
We should have covered the story about the plane going from Stansted
to... fuck me, yeah. What the schedule. Yeah. Flight 37546 lands in...
Go on, what are you saying? Come on, Cornetto.
Cornetto, I'm not going to give him a donkey's head because I'm just not feeling that nasty, but he's 5, below average, again.
Michael, Brennan give him a 7.
What were you watching, Brennan? Honestly,
probably had a few home brews in here or something. You know what he's like. Jesus.
I know. Well, go on. We won't do subs because I'm getting bored with this already. So we do Skamaka and we'll do Moyes.
I'm going to do Skamaka again. Very little opportunities. Made a goal, in my opinion. Made a goal out of nothing. Got it under control. Got it out of his feet. Smacked it in. When he doesn't have to think, I think that's when you see the best of him. Just instinctive. For that goal alone, I'm going to give him a 7. Sorry, if that don't go down well, but I think the goal was brilliant. So
that was an amazing strike. It really was. He fucking caught that beautifully, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, for that alone, he is our man of the match. It's
not hard to be man of the match tonight, though. You don't have to do much to be man of the match.
Yeah, man of the match. Right, David Moyes. Go on, John. Tell us what you thought about the Moyes hire today. Tell us.
No, because I'm already getting slated by people saying I'm blinded by him. Look.
No. Come on. Tell us about.
Don't be condescending. Come on, like I'm a little puppy dog or something.
Come on, John.
You want to tickle my belly, you muppet.
Come on, John.
Look,
Tell us what you think.
Right. You can say what you want about his setup and all that and his formation. I want him to try something different. I'm with you there, right? But I'm not having it that his coaching means that our players forget how to pass the goddamn ball. I'm not having that, right? So as much as, yes, he's culpable for his lack of, if you like, changes formation-wise or adapting, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to have it that the players aren't a little bit to blame with tonight's performance. I'm talking about specifically, not anything else, with the lack of being able to find their own teammate, right? So I would give Moyes a 5.
You give Moyes a 5. Okay,
I'd give him a 5.
Fine.
Below average, yes.
That's
I'm not
fine.
going to give the geezer a donkey's head. There's far more players on there.
Can we go through the chat? What we'll do is we'll do this as a democracy.
No, hang on a minute. You only want to go through the chat because you can see the numbers in there that are suiting your agenda.
You had Skamaka, right?
Yeah, but you're looking at the chat now. Go on, go for the chat then. Go on.
So you got John Moyes 4.
Rub my belly. My name's Nick. Tickle my belly.
John McFadden, Dawson 5.
Yeah, we're talking about Moyes, so why are you bringing up that one?
I don't know, guys. It's not the players. It's Moyes. Yeah, Moyes -2. So that's Will Doyle.
Yeah.
-69. There we go. My favourite number.
Love it.
That's good. Moyes gets a 2. What's this? I'll give Moyes the permission to talk to other clubs. Moyes 3. Donkey ride. Yeah.
No, look, because this is what you're doing, Nick. Right? You said it's my decision. You're now looking for. You're giving it as a democracy because you.
I was asking your opinion on Moyes. What I was saying was I was asking your opinion on Moyes.
No.
Moyes 5. No, we'll stick to Moyes mistake 3. Yeah. Moyes 5 gave the initiative to them by making. Yeah. No, I know. Very.
You know what? Happy Hammerette, right? I said this to you as well.
Hello, Happy.
What was quite worrying for me was that when Rice went off and you had.
What happened now?
You had Sloth from the Goonies and Lanzini in the centre midfield. It was like the part in it was awful. I couldn't believe the space in the centre mid. It was really worrying.
Well, you're telling me that Souček didn't do the same job as Rice. I mean, that's a shocker, isn't it?
Sack the Scottish Allardyce. I'm going to be honest with you. I said this to Nick earlier because Nick or someone, I can't remember who said it.
Mickey Smith. Look, he's sensible, Mickey, as well, and he's gone 4. Look.
Oh well, we'll go with Mickey then because it suits you. Tell you what, Nick. Give him a donkey's head if it makes you sleep better tonight, mate. Go on.
I'm not going to.
I can't control it because you're in charge. Put the donkey head on Moyes, you muppets. Go on, do it. I'm not going to be that man.
No,
Will Doyle. If Will Doyle says it and Mickey Smith says it, please give it. Look, you're not going to be that man. You've done it without even thinking.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. That was shit tonight. It was poor. From him, it was poor. It was poor preparation. For a start, it looked like they had the wrong fucking studs on. They were slipping and sliding all over the place. You know, I don't know what went on there. You know, they knew they was playing on AstroTurf. They didn't seem prepared. We just lack ideas. I mean, he couldn't have really put. I mean, you look at the starting lineup there. That's ridiculous. You know, if that team's coached the right way, they should be fucking steamroller in that team. They should be if they're coached and set up in the right way. Something went wrong. You've got a £50 million player in there wandering around like a lost sheep in the middle of the park
who can't pass the ball, and that's David Moyes' fault after 2 weeks. Yeah.
I'm not saying it is, but that's what we saw. That's what we saw.
I agree with.
Why did Kehrer look shit tonight? You know.
So is that Moyes' fault as well?
Is he not getting? Does he take no element of the blame?
Nick,
you know what I mean?
Kehra's been with us. We've all been saying how good he looks, right? He had a little bit of a mare tonight with that mistake, which led to the goal, and now you're blaming Moyes for that too.
It was definitely his fault. He called him when he was from the sidelines. But yeah, now go on. Do you want to run through the last remaining comments, and then what we'll do?
I don't. No, I don't. Here we go. Nigel's not happy with you. Probably he knows I'm all right. What a load of bollocks. Where's Harry, for fuck's sake? Need to sort out his kid. He must be talking about Nick because
I'm no
10
one's
to
kid.
12 points from the next 5 games, or Moyes has got to go. Listen, I agree we need to pick up points, obviously. But I just don't think the board will do anything, if at all, until January. That's my honest thing.
No, I don't know. Look, listen, I don't think they will. I think he's going to get, unless it goes catastrophically wrong over the next 4 games, and we lose 4, we lose the next 4, and we're rooted to the fucking bottom of the table. Then they might get twitchy. But yeah, I don't know. I personally, I can't see Moyes being able to coach this lot. I think what he needs, John, he needs to get another coach in. He needs to get someone else alongside him that can help him with this style of football.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does, mate. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, is it?
No.
Alex Chapman, of course, it's Moyes' fault. Dab says, if it was 1 or 2 players, fair enough, but the whole team gives me the impression it's Moyes. Smeagol says, Moyes won't admit when he is wrong.
Never.
Paul Evans, Moyes criticised for not making changes, and when he does, there you go.
Shit either way, though, isn't it, really?
No, but hang on a minute. When those players come in, if you're on the bench, like Cornet, for me, has come off the bench 3 or 4 games and has not impressed any time at all. When he started in his European games last week against Bucharest and tonight, he hasn't impressed me at all either. So the players, when they come in, surely they want to impress and get into the first team, don't they? Or make a difference.
But the thing is, what Paul says there is, Paul, what you got to understand is Moyes is an incredibly stubborn man. And to be quite honest, if he was making changes to that team based on what the fans wanted, I'd probably question him even more. But I think David Moyes is not likely to do that. The fact of the matter is, these new players that he's changing for, these are his players. He's bought them. Now, when David Moyes did very well for the first 2 years, he was playing with half of someone else's team.
Can I say something to you, though, Nick?
This is now entirely this.
Hang on a minute.
It's got David Moyes written all over it.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't, Nick.
It has. It's all David.
No, it
Moyes.
hasn't. Because when we bought Skamaka, when we bought Paqueta for the money we paid for him and that, you said, as well as many other people, they're not David Moyes signings because they're too... No, hang on, let me finish. Because they're too flamboyant and that. Now they're not performing, or whatever you want to call it. You're now saying it is David Moyes.
No, because we've found out since all of these players that we've signed. So, like I say, when you read that article from Rob Newman, when obviously David Moyes, which was good, David Moyes has accepted that his style wasn't working and the style of play, and he needed to bring new players in that can change the way that we play. So they've gone out, and then it made sense. So when you read that article, the players that we're signing, which tick those boxes, then it does make sense. But there is no what I'm trying to say is David Moyes can't just bring 3 players with high passing stats for someone else, drop them into our team, and expect that to change the way that we play. Do you know what I mean? You can't drop Flynn Downs into our midfield and expect to have massive passing stats. You can't drop Paqueta in to our current team and expect him to perform like he does for Brazil and Leon in a different system. You've got to adapt to the players as well. And he's so rigid. And I think he'll try. I think he'll try. Yeah. I hope he will, because if he don't, then he'll be gone.
By the sword, die by the sword. What's Michael mean here when he says who is pulling the strings now, though? Is that to do with what Alex says a bit lower here? Because Alex Chapman, who's my favourite customer tonight, if that's the right phrase. Customer? Sorry, mate, I didn't mean that. Kretinsky is the man, because Kretinsky is the money man. If he wants Moyes out, Moyes will go. So that might be what Michael's suggesting, that Kretinsky's in charge of things.
Maybe.
But he's not.
I mean, Sullivan is still heavily involved, isn't he? I think, but I don't know. It is very frustrating. Like I say, all I'm left with after that game tonight is I've just yet more questions. I've got no answers from watching that. It was shit. He ain't tried to play a different way. That's Moyes' plan B that he always tries to fucking play. He either plays a 4-2-3-1 or 3 at the back. It's what he does. The 3 at the back never works. And if he plays 3 at the back,
what other formations at the back can you have? 3 or 5 or 4?
No, but what I mean is if he plays 3 at the back against Everton, it won't be 3 at the back. It'll be 5 at the back, and there'll be the 2 holding midfielders. It'll be like it was against Villa.
I think the Everton game, they sit deeper than us, don't they?
Yeah, no. What do you mean, the way they play?
Yeah,
100%. It's going to be a stalemate.
I think we have to take the game to them. I'd like to see us take the game to them. Whether or not it happens, I don't know.
But we won't. But they'll probably be having that conversation themselves, though, John, because they're playing against a team who also like to sit deep, and they're at home.
Big fat Frank's thick as shit. He won't. Oh, sorry.
I know.
Look, what's this one? Got a few of the comments. Let's go through a few of these, Nick, quickly. Seen the officials for the Everton game? Complete stitch up. Yeah, I did see people.
Who's that?
I can't remember the geezer's name, but it ain't good for us. I can't remember his name now. Took me a few drinks. Yes, drinks. Carlin, John. Yeah. Moyes criticised for not making changes, and when he does, he makes the wrong ones. Yes, because the players he brings in don't perform, like Cornet, who I agree with Peter. He does run around like headless chicken. Michael Brennan doesn't agree. What the fuck are you watching with Cornet? Mike, what I've noticed, listen, Cornet, he missed a sitter. What was that sitter he missed?
Right.
Before Chelsea, he missed a sitter.
Oh,
then at Chelsea,
he's missed a couple now.
Then at Chelsea, he had the open goal. People say it weren't an open goal. It was. I'm sorry. And I just haven't been impressed with him. I know he got a bang on the head last week from the Bucharest keeper, and everyone thought he was bloody Terry Butcher, but I don't know. Yeah, this makes a change, doesn't it, Mick? Nick has got John's blood pressure pumping. Yeah, because he's on a little wind up, the muppet. He knows what he's doing. Cornet has been a shining light.
Fuck me, Mike. What's going on now?
You must live in a very dark house.
Yeah. I don't. Look. What I will say is, he's a direct runner. He does do that. He is. Yeah, he is. I
haven't seen him beat anyone yet, though. The best thing he did was when he crossed back against Viborg, when he just got the ball and whipped it in for Skamaka. I thought that was going to be the start of something lovely. I haven't seen him put a good cross in since, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but even that cross was a little bit kind of he chopped back inside onto his right, didn't he? That's the thing. That's the thing. He's left-footed, and the best cross that he's put in, because when he crosses with his left foot, is pretty average at best. What's this? Our coaching staff don't impress me at all. Why did Warburton come in? Don't know.
I'm not sure Warburton's doing much. I mean, he hasn't got a massive track record. What about this one? Brendan Rodgers in a swap deal. Would you want Brendan Rodgers at the minute?
I think Brendan Rodgers with this group of players would be he'd be more suited to some of the flair players that we've got than David Moyes.
Maybe,
but he ain't the best. He ain't the best manager. I'm not saying I'd want Brendan Rodgers, but yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't want anyone yet because I just want Moyes to turn it around.
You want him to be something he can't be. I think.
What's that then?
You want him to be out of. I'm being honest. I'll be amazed if how many managers he's got to change his style. He hasn't just got to change his style. He's got to change the way that he sees football. Right? Give me an example of another defensive manager that has managed to transition successfully.
Pep Guardiola. He was a CDM.
No, not from a player, from a management style.
Oh, from a management style.
Someone who's gone from shithouse football into a different style. I don't think there is one. I don't think you'll find, because he must believe in what he must believe passionately in the way that he sees football. He must do, because he's fucking good at it, and he delivers that message. What's this?
I've got to put that one up. Warburton came in to make the sandwiches
whilst wearing loafers.
And he used to get the subway to because he can't coach flamboyant players. He doesn't want that way. He don't play that way. Look at Moyes' record with strikers at Everton. Do you think he'll get the best out of Skamaka? I don't think Skamaka's doing too bad considering the start he's had to his career. I know he's only scored.
He'll score loads in the Conference League.
Nick, stop doing another backhanded dig, because you're basically saying he won't play in the Premier League. You muppet.
No, I think he'll play in the Premier League, but I don't think even when he does, when he played against Villa, you might as well have given him one of them fucking advertising balls to spin, because he weren't getting no service in that game.
Yeah, look, Hammerhead says it here. Kretinsky only put 50 million. I mean, people think that is a lot of money, but in football, that's peanuts. And yeah he ain't going to be in charge, is he? Well, no,
yeah.
Actually, people disagreeing. I'm not sure about that. Nigel might know about that. I ain't got a fucking clue.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, John, shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up because
Sorry, it was a bit of a disjointed show tonight, people. We fucking lost the screen and lost the chat.
You probably haven't paid the subscription you tight yet.
I have.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Hopefully, we put a little bit of enjoyment on what was overall not a great game to watch, but on the positive side, Listen, I'm going to just bow out now because this geezer, whoever this John is, I don't know. On the positive side of things is we got 3 points. And I know Nick don't like me saying on the positive side of things, but we did, right? Let's just open there. Something happens amazing on Sunday and we take the game to Everton. So if you do like the show, don't forget to like it. If you want to subscribe to our channel, if you ain't done already, what's wrong with you? But if you ain't done already, go onto YouTube and subscribe to claretandbooze.com. And we do more shows like this where I just rinse Nick and he mugs me off and makes me look stupid.
Yeah, brilliant. Lovely. Enjoyed it. Good show.
Yeah. Adios. Run the VT, you muppet.
See you later, everyone. Cover your ads.